Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. New wildfire guidelines tonight from the Northwest Territories government, coming just under a month into wildfire season. The Wildland Urban Interface Program is a response to recommendations from a review of the 2023 wildfires. It focuses on spaces where wildfires could collide with community structures. It also provides a new standardized framework to train local wildland firefighters in multiple areas. This includes using sprinkler systems and operating fire trucks. The program will also create standards for deployment procedures, how payments are made for services, and how resources are managed.
Involved in the WUI program are the towns of Hay River, Fort Smith.
Right now, 4 communities have signed on to the project: N.W.T, Fort Smith, Fort Simpson, and Hay River. A 35-year-old man and a 16-year-old boy are facing multiple charges after a traffic stop in Iqaluit. N.W.T RCMP say they found a loaded, prohibited firearm, cocaine, and cash during the stop on Saturday. The man is facing 7 firearms charges, including possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose. The 16-year-old is not from Nunavut. He is facing gun-related charges and possession for the purpose of trafficking. The man remains in custody and will appear in court next week. Police say the 16-year-old was released and has left Nunavut. He is set to appear in court in Iqaluit in June. The RCMP is increasing its presence in downtown Yellowknife this summer. On Wednesday, we showed you a conversation with an officer during a foot patrol. Earlier this week, we asked city residents what they think about this initiative and public safety in the downtown area.
I like it because there's a lot of people that are doing alcohol and drugs on the streets, and it's dangerous for me to walk around and say hi.
During the day, like the work day, I think is fine, but I usually don't walk downtown after 5, and on weekends, I don't think it's very safe. It hasn't been very safe for a number of years. I think it's good that we're trying to revitalize the downtown. We're trying to make it more welcoming. So I think that's one area where if people feel like it's safe to be downtown, then they'll go downtown. And if there's more police presence walking around, it invites more people and they'll feel safer.
So I live downtown and work downtown. I feel RCMP presence isn't going to help with the issues we have downtown. I think more mental health support, more rehab facilities, more funding going into public housing would be better use of money and time. I've never really seen more presence of RCMP do what they expect it to do.
Well, I think it is a good thing to make people feel more safe. I don't think it's going to solve the problem. Maybe it'll move it to another area, but the best case scenario is to get to the root cause of the problem and then solve it. But overall, for public safety, I think it's a good move.
RCMP say the summer months tend to come with more calls in the downtown core. Some actions RCMP could take include having people dump their bottles if they're drinking in public or ticketing them for open alcohol consumption. But police say their goal isn't to criminalize addiction. A proposed bill from the Carney government is drawing the ire of some telecom and tech companies, and not just here in Canada. The legislation would make it easier for police to access online data for investigations. But as Catherine Tunney explains, it's raising concerns about privacy and government overreach.
At Canada's tip line for online child sexual abuse and exploitation, workers field thousands of complaints a year, scan millions of abusive images online, but rarely see police charges.
We've got a lot of information about crimes that are occurring that our police aren't even able to get to because they're spending a lot of time in the early investigative stages to try to get the information.
It's why they are hoping the Liberals will use their majority in the House of Commons to pass Bill C-22. The federal legislation would make telecom and internet companies change their back-end systems to make it easier to hand over evidence. But it faces mounting backlash and accusations of overreach.
The government will have the power to order the large communications companies to retain information about where you go, who you communicate with, literally for an entire year.
The concerns aren't just domestic. Tech companies like Meta, Apple, Signal, and NordVPN say the Canadian bill would force them to weaken their privacy protections.
Part 2 of the bill would potentially force us to break encryption and to install government-directed hardware or software on our encrypted networks that would inevitably then also become a target for hostile actors.
Last week, the chairs of 2 American congressional committees even wrote to Canada's public safety minister, saying Bill C-22 would create significant cross-border risks to the security and data privacy of Americans. Canadian police are skeptical.
We certainly want to make sure that, profit margins are not being prioritized over public safety.
Public Safety Minister Gary Nansangri is also pushing back on critics, saying the bill's intention isn't to break encryption, but to make sure police have a pathway to the increasing amount of digital evidence, provided they have a warrant.
Tech giants are misinterpreting some of the safeguards that are already built in.
Critics want to see the bill updated to make clear that the government won't break encryption. The minister's office hopes to pass the bill by summer, leaving little runway for substantial changes. Catherine Tunney, CBC News, Ottawa.
The federal and Nunavut governments have announced new funding for marine jobs training. The money will assist workers affected by global tariffs and help strengthen Nunavut's workforce.
We can't control the decisions of the White House, but what we can control is what we're doing here in Nunavut.
Federal Industry Minister Melanie Joly and Nunavut Family Services Minister Gwen Healy-Iqaluit made the announcement today in Iqaluit. The Government of Canada is contributing $1.5 million over 3 years, with Nunavut adding $500,000.
We all want to have the right workforce with people employed, having really good jobs that will be good for them, but also for their own families and their own communities.
The funding is designed to help Nunavummiut gain new skills for in-demand jobs in the marine sector. It'll be delivered through the Nunavut Fisheries and Marine Training Consortium. The Yukon and federal governments announced millions of dollars today to stabilize the territory's housing market for the long term. The $350 million would also go towards upgrading roads, sewage systems, bridges, schools, hospitals, and health centers.
This means we will have a steady long-term funding to drive projects forward and respond to urgent housing needs in our communities. We're focused on keeping homes affordable. Homes built by Yukon Housing through this partnership will expand the number of units for the rent-geared-to-income clients, as well as for essential workers in our communities.
And you look at how families are living. A lot of single parents living in substandard conditions, paying more than 50% of their income on rent, and at the mercy of landlords. Actually, rent increases.
Wonderful drain.
The government say they're spending $193 million to build 500 new housing units throughout the Yukon. They say the units will be for low-income Yukoners as well as staff housing. And the number of people experiencing homelessness in Whitehorse is at an all-time high. But a new supportive housing project is hoping to reduce that number. Save at Home Society got the green light from the city of Whitehorse at the end of April to start operating the housing project called The Hearth. The new units are intended for people experiencing or at risk of homelessness. Safe at Home says the housing units couldn't be ready at a more crucial time. Last month's numbers from Safe at Home showed that 309 individuals are experiencing homelessness in Whitehorse.
Safe at Home is seeing a greater influx of people coming in who just can't make ends meet. And we used to get requests for a couple $100s of a rent arrear top up, and now we're seeing in the thousands. And we're seeing people who can't make their energy bills and are looking for substantial subsidization or support to cover their bills. And then people who just are hungry and can't afford the cost of food, like and nutritious food, not processed Mr. Noodles. Getting us here, it was like climbing a mountain, and now we're kind of over the hump, and we'll see a significant reduction of homelessness because of the work.
The $42 million project was funded by several grants, including some from the city of Whitehorse, as well as the federal and territorial governments. In total, 67 units will be given to people aged 16 and above who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. Residents can choose to pay a set amount with income support money, or 30% can be taken from a fixed income. Most of the units will go to Indigenous people and 50% to women. Save at Home hopes to see people moving in by the end of June. Canada's communications regulator wants American streaming giants to contribute more money to Canadian programming. The CRTC says it'll triple the amount that streaming platforms like Netflix and Disney Plus are required to pay. Karina Roman has the details, including the likely implications of the decision.
The headline is that the big streamers, Netflix, Disney, Prime, Apple, will be told to pay more towards the production of Canadian content. Right now, it's a 5% base rate on their annual Canadian revenues. The CRTC is raising that to 15%. This is part of two major decisions today from the CRTC as part of the broadcasting regulator's ongoing work to set out the regulations and rules to implement Bill C-11, the Online Streaming Act. Canada's big traditional broadcasters will see a decrease in what they've been paying into Canadian content. Right now, it ranges from 30% to 45% of their annual revenues. That will now go down to a flat rate of 25%, but with some specific strings. 15% of that has to go to news programming, for example. This is for broadcasting groups that make more than $100 million in annual revenues. A broadcaster that makes between $25 million and $100 million still has to put 25% into the fund, but they will have more flexibility on where that money goes. The CRTC also set out what they'd expect from broadcasters and streamers on discoverability. That's about how easily it is for audiences to find certain content. And in this case, the CRTC is most concerned about Canadian content, French language content, and Indigenous programming. The CRTC has also decided that a dedicated fund is the best way to fund what's known as services of exceptional importance. That's the CPACs, the APTNs, accessibility media, and those types. Broadcasters making more than $25 million annually must put 1.55% of their revenues into that fund. Now, the implications of the increase in the levy on the big streamers could be big. The 5% levy was already being fought in court by the big American streamers. No decision yet on that court case, and the CRTC says they are confident in their position in court and that they didn't want to wait until the decision came out to do the work Parliament asked of them on Bill C-11. This is also expected to be another trade irritant for the Americans, making those CUSMA talks even more difficult. And there's U.S. legislation looking at making this kind of required payment to do business in Canada as grounds for counter tariffs. Karina Roman, CBC News, Ottawa.
Hi, my name is Kenzie.
The War Amps have provided financial support for many of Kenzie's different devices, which allows her to be an active 7-year-old child. Kenzie is energetic. She is independent. It's amazing to see that she's able to do all of these things. We are so thankful for your donations to the War Amps. You allow her to dream and do whatever she wants to do.
Thank you.
The census has begun. Check your mail and complete it online today. Your census connects you to your community's future. Your responses help plan services in your community that support employment, transit, education, healthcare, and more. It's easy to fill out and completely confidential. Complete yours today. Your census, your community, our future. A message from the Government of Canada.
Le recensement est commencé. Vérifiez votre courrier et remplissez-le en ligne dès aujourd'hui. Votre recensement vous relie à l'avenir de votre collectivité. Vos réponses aident à planifier des services dans votre collectivité qui soutiennent l'emploi, le transport, l'éducation, les soins de santé et plus. C'est facile et confidentiel. Remplissez-le dès aujourd'hui. Votre recensement, votre collectivité, notre avenir. Un message du gouvernement du Canada.
You're back.
I'm back. Anything else
else going on?
Mom? Nope. Where have you been for the past 15 years?
On the run. You are done with all the crime, right?
Oh, yeah.
You are going to steal us a diamond. Are you going to be able to keep it together on this one?
I am nothing if not profesh. Don't make me use this. Hi.
This is Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
Jessica, she seems great.
We should all go out sometime.
I would love that.
Wild Cards on CBC Gem.
The Department of National Defense is shutting down the Nanisivik Naval Facility. It's on northern Baffin Island. The department says it no longer fits Canada's changing military needs. It cited a short seasonal access window, repeated construction delays, and costly repairs. DND says it'll eventually begin a divestment process that involves engaging with federal and Indigenous partners to assess the site's future. The site was meant to be a refueling station for the Navy and other government ships. It was first announced in 2007. A new cargo facility for Canadian North has opened up in Ottawa. The airline says it's expected to improve the movement of supplies into Arctic communities. Those supplies include things like food and medicine. The new facility is double the size of the previous location. Canadian North says that's to keep up with increasing shipping demand.
The first pharmaceutical storage will make a huge difference in our handling and the capabilities that this brings to better support the northern supply chains, especially with given the announcements with Canada and the sovereignty. This is going to be able to help support what's coming our way.
The federal government contributed $11 million, which matches the investment by Canadian North. Artists from the N.W.T's Beaufort Delta region are sharing their craft with others in Inuvik this week. Ingamo Hall Friendship Centre is hosting a week-long gathering, and the CBC's Des Loreen went to check it out.
This specific one I started on Monday afternoon.
Ingamo Hall Friendship Centre brought in 10 Beaufort Delta artists to make cultural items for the hall. They've been busy all week creating many kinds of culturally significant items. Organizers say the items will be put on display in the hall for the public.
Oh, it's rewarding, like just going in the hall itself, like you feel the energy of our traditional knowledge being carried down, and it's just important cultural practices that are being valued.
The hall was open to the public on Wednesday to share their progress and to give some live entertainment.
This gives me empowerment because this is the kind of stuff we used to work with as a child, the real things.
Seamstresses, beaters, and also painters are in attendance to share their skills.
It's awesome. It just feels like I'm with family here. Like normally I'm very nervous. I don't like going out anywhere, but coming here is just like coming to another home.
Another gathering with toolmakers is being planned for the summer. Des Loreen, CBC News, Inuvik.
Lovely. A 22-year-old in Nunavut is already playing a key role in promoting Inuit culture. He's been hosting drum dancing workshops for youth in Cambridge Bay. Alistair McCready has that story.
Sam Iqaluit shares his slices of life through song. He shared this one about a successful seal hunt with Cambridge Bay youth at the workshop last week.
They were happy they were bringing food home for their family and clothing for their family. And yeah, that's what the song is about.
The song is from the Kitikmeot region where many Inuit or Copper Inuit now live. Iqaluit also blends sounds of Western Inuit, a nod to his Inuvialuit roots.
Ooh, that's so much fun. Yeah.
He's been drum dancing since he was 8 years old. He says he picked it up from elders and others around him.
Whoever I see drum dancing, and And if I see someone dancing, then I'll follow their moves and follow the beat and the rhythm to the songs. Yeah.
Now, at the age of 22, he's passing it on to other youth too.
I was here for drum dancing and Ted drum. I had a lot of fun.
Caleb Muse says he's drum danced 3 times now, but he's still learning the ropes.
How does drum dancing make you feel?
Happy and kind of tired.
What's the hardest thing about drum dancing?
Probably how to drum to the music.
There's no shortage of good music here, though. As these youth continue to learn and promote Inuit culture. Alistair McCready, CBC News, Cambridge Bay.
The Kluane Lake Research Station is gearing up for another summer of studies on the land. Researchers will continue working with hydroponics to grow food in the north. Glacier researchers will also be taking Champagne and Asiac First Nation and Kluane Lake First Nation members up the Kaskawalsh and Hubbard glaciers this summer to trade knowledge on the land. The station manager wants researchers to build bridges with local First Nations as they work.
So there is quite a wide variety of topics, and we really try to encourage researchers to do consultation with the local First Nations to ensure that their research topics can really benefit the community.
Research staff hope that visitors feel welcome whenever they come to learn at the station. A new research project will look at the impact of plastic pollution in N.W.T. It'll build on work already done by Inuit in the area. The multi-year project will consult with community members. It'll look at how much plastic is in the community and where it comes from. Researchers say it'll include a focus on how plastics may harm humans and wildlife in the area.
It draws on so many disciplines, so much knowledge from Inuit Kayamattukani to scientific knowledge from different perspectives, social science, toxicology, plastics research, monitoring work. All these different elements have to come together to answer these questions.
Burnett says the research will also look at ways to lessen plastic pollution coming from sites like the Arviat landfill. The project is one of 6 Indigenous-led and co-led projects getting federal funding that was announced earlier this month. Each is designed to look at the impact of plastic pollution on Indigenous communities. Researchers in BC have found dozens of contaminants in the tissue of some fish along the Fraser River. They've been taking samples from juvenile Chinook salmon for several years now. And as John Hernandez reports, there are concerns that the impact goes far beyond one species.
So I've got 2 red-side shiners right here, and then these are 2 Chinook.
It's a critical stage in the life cycle of these tiny Chinook salmon.
These are really small fish that are really reliant on the estuary for feeding and growing.
And this estuary is littered with chemicals. These researchers have collected samples from the fish and their habitat since 2019, scanning for hundreds of contaminants.
We really found a whole variety of different pollutants, from pharmaceuticals and personal care products to pesticides, flame retardants, PCBs and PAHs.
Dozens of chemicals, including a high-risk flame retardant, were found in the fish tissue. Even more pollutants were found up and down the Fraser River.
A lot of the stuff that goes into our wastewater ends up in our fish, so it wasn't a huge surprise to find these different contaminants in the tissues of our juvenile Chinook.
The findings, published in a recent study done in conjunction with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. The big question now is, what kind of harm could these chemicals be causing?
Anywhere from changes in growth alterations in the fish, reproductive effects may be expected, behavioral changes.
Researchers have been running the same kind of work in the Puget Sound for 30 years. Lab work has shown organic chemicals do inhibit Chinook growth.
The research shows that that's the life stage where growth is really important. If they don't grow fast enough, it influences return rates.
And then there's the implications up the food chain. people eat these salmon.
I would hate to see anyone receive some sort of illness or health impact because they ate a wild salmon.
And the fish are the primary prey for orcas.
Southern resident killer whales have some of the highest contaminant loads of any marine mammals.
Researchers hope their findings can inform better ways to manage chemicals and waste along these critical waterways. John Hernandez, CBC News, Richmond.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a good night.